What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 3. Argue all you want. We just gonna call it that. I mean, it is what it is since everybody want to complain and, want to try to correct. Listen, it's on the own official website, okay? Literally, because that's where I'm watching this at. It's on the guide and everything. Technically, we already know it's part B of season 4, but baby, they got it listed everywhere as season 5, okay? So that's just what it is. We don't need no comments about it. It is what it is, okay? So this is Wanda be starting something. Baby, they start this off, and I forgot that last week's episode was a to be continued. I said to be continued with what? Maurice and goddamn Kimmy. Listen, at the end of the day, Maurice is not about to apply anything that Dr. Francis said when it comes to this sex thing. And especially after Kimmy said, the other psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever, bitch the therapist that they done went to and, had the same talk about. I said, so y'all been talking about this same issue for a minute. And Maurice just don't get it. He just don't get it. And Dr. Francis is trying to tell the man, you gotta basically see her as a person, okay? See her where she at so that she can give you what you want. Bitch, see her as a goddamn person and not just a freaking pleasure machine. That's what he looking at her like, okay? Because not one time, and if he has, this is how many times that he said it that I don't even remember. He has not said anything or asked Kimmy how she feels about the sex. Like, is it okay with her? You know what I'm saying? All we hear is I need it 2 times a day. I need it more often. I needed this. I needed that. But what about your wife, Maurice? Okay? You have yet to ask her how she truly feels, and that's very telling, okay? Moving on from that, girl, the Willows left. The Willows said deuces, okay? And they gave them a text message. Mama and Pop didn't even say, listen, y'all. So, you guys, listen. Me and Big Lou, we are going to be out of here. So come morning, you won't see us. I have a speaking engagement at 12. I have to be in Birmingham or whatever. So, this was nice. This was fun. Don't want to do it again. And I'll see you guys when we get back to Huntsville. Mwah, love you. Girl, now they sent freaking Letitia a goddamn text. A text in the morning when they was already on the road, girl. They was like, we made it home. I said, we made it home. They said, damn. They couldn't stand the heat, so they had to get out the goddamn kitchen, bitch. All right. I said, Now, it's something when you got me saying the same thing that Marcel is saying. And Marcel, let's be 100% clear. Marcel and Tisha relationship ain't nothing to be putting on no couples goal, relationship goals, and looking up to as a standard of, we've been together for so many years. Because that's what Maurice, or I should say Marcel, has been trying to say this whole time, doing out this whole couple situation at this camping trip or whatever, this therapy trip. But at the same time, he is telling the truth. Y'all relationship fake as fuck, okay? And Tiffany and Lewis, they are not doing anything to combat that notion, okay? You come to this retreat and you're not opening up as much. You knew what it was about. So let's not act like you did not know, and you don't know how these type of retreats go. You do not know how couple therapy go. You don't know how therapy in general go. You have to open up. And granted, maybe if you're on your individual therapist or therapy session or whatever, it probably take you a couple of sessions to really open up. But they was giving resistance from the beginning, okay? It was giving, I'm just here because Carlos and them said I have to in order to get paid for the day. That's just what it is. So I can get my time allotted, contractual, obligated payment. That's just what it is. And I have to fulfill this, so therefore let me come through. And like Dr. Francis said, they a little worried about them because, they were not putting off that mask that they had. It was a lot of fake shit going off, and he was like, it felt like, Lewis had some stuff that he wanted to say about that relationship, but he just didn't, okay? what, that they fake as shit. And I hate to say that about somebody's relationship, but wow, like, and I get it. There are different forms of relationship, different types of relationships. Some people are not open. Some people are a little bit guarded because who the hell are you? But when you come in and you're talking about everybody else's relationship, but then when it comes to somebody saying something just slight about yours, you break down and you leave. That's literally what they did. They just fucking left. And I'm just like, that's very interesting. Okay. Meanwhile, Dr. Francis come up in there and having a little conversation with them because this is the last day and seeing how everybody was and what everybody took away. And, he broke it down and said, I feel as though a lot of these couples was being fake too, meaning that, not necessarily fake, but they weren't telling the whole truth. Okay, it's like we can be truthful with ourselves when we behind closed doors, but now we with everybody or whatever. We're not gonna be 100% true, and that's honest, and that's some facts. Okay, his wife was there. I don't know. Have y'all ever seen that clip of the lady that was singing in the church? And her voice was so beautiful. And she had glasses on and she had this puffer vest on. I don't even know if it was a puffer vest or a fleece vest. And the way that she was making her voice go so deep and everything, and it was just it was so stirring. You know what I'm saying? It was so stirring. It gave very much Negro spiritual. It gave very much old Negro Baptist. And it'll make you so weep. Okay. The wife, Dr. Francis' wife, just looks like that. She wears the glasses and everything. She just gives me that whole look, that whole feel, and she was just so quiet. And then for her to tell Letitia, you know what? You remind me of myself when I was younger. I was just quiet all the time and, thinking more so about the household and about the kids. But, you have to do things for yourself, okay? Because that household and those kids are going to grow up and they're going to leave the nest, okay? You have to do for you. And I was sitting here like, oh, okay. You were still quiet throughout the whole thing. You were still quiet throughout the whole thing, Miss Ma'am. But I get what you're saying. Do I feel like anybody learned something from this whole thing? I'm surprised that I'm surprised that Marcel was more receptive than I thought he would, even after he found out that he'd been tricked to come there, But yeah, I'm surprised by Tiffany and Louis, but then again, I'm really not. But hey, it is what it is. So, everybody's leave. We back in Huntsville. You get Kimmy meeting up with Letitia and Destiny. Honestly, like Destiny, I don't know how I feel about Miss Destiny. Okay, like they tell them, we just came back from a couples retreat. Well, how come you ain't invite me to the couples retreat? Because bitch, you ain't no couple, okay? From the last time that we thought and we saw, you were not a couple, right? But then she's saying that she is coupled up, but she don't say who she coupled up with and how long they been coupled up or whatever. And like Kimmy said, everything Destiny do is a damn secret, all right? So at this point, I just don't feel... I don't get why Destiny on here. I get it that, she had her issues with Mel and with Mel or whatever, but if you cannot be open, this is what it should be for. A prerequisite to be on a reality show, you have to be 100% open. Okay, no fake shit, no trying to hide stuff or whatever. When everybody else is giving their all, you have to work your money too, okay? You have to get until you like a freaking candy, been on the show long as hell, and then you can start like drawing back and not putting really much out there. But when you first started on the show, like, girl, Destiny don't give us nothing, so we can't work with nothing unless she didn't get put into something, other people drama. Like, I really would have liked to, and I mean, I understand that there's probably some legal stuff that was going on with her and her ex that we couldn't see or whatever, but or he probably prevented being seen, but I just don't feel like she couldn't really talk. It's not that she really couldn't talk about the whole situation, that she just didn't want to, because of all the judgment that was happening from Mel and Martel during their relationship and the judgment that Marceau and Letitia was having and everything. But I mean, that's what happens when you're on a reality show. They're going to find your tea anyway, so go ahead and put it out yourself. That's what I'm saying. But hey, it is what it is, and they get to talking about the couples retreat and how the Whitlows, they got to know them a little bit better. And they I guess Lewis wound up apologizing to Marcel about the way that he came off to them the first time that they met or whatever, because the same thing was done to them, with Dr. Francis basically judging their relationship the same way Lewis was judging Letitia and Marcel's. And so they dealt with that. They was up in the wine shop. They was like, look at this wine, look at this wine. Let's see, is this an Inez wine or whatever in there? And y'all know that's Martel's wine, right? And so this lead into Kimmy talking about, she met up with Mel, and Mel told Mel about the fact that, he was working with this girl named Melnika. And, he made it a point to keep on saying, like, she the first Mel, she the first Mel. And, Destiny kept on saying she just had to let us know that, yeah, I know Melnika. We went to school together. We was in high school together, whatever. Okay, that's fine. But she was like, yeah, she knew about her. She did something with their wedding. She dropped out the wedding. She was telling Mel how come Martel was up there cheating and all this other stuff, and Mel thinking that something was going on between Martel and Melnika to this day. Like, she's always been in in the picture. I said in the Pope, okay, in the picture and all this stuff. And honestly, when I first saw Melnika, I got that feeling from her. Like, either she wanted to do something with Martel or they done did something in the past. And if they did something in the past, probably like before her and Mel and Martel got together. No, not Melnika, but Mel and Martel got together. I don't see what's wrong with that, because they knew each other for a long time since high school is what it is. But if they did something allegedly, during a relationship, giving Martel, he's a dog ass nigga, it's a possibility. We can't put nothing past them. So I just think that part to be fucked up. But again, Mel, she warned you that the motherfucker wasn't shit in the first place. So hey, it could have been for her own benefit or not. I don't know. And then they trying to say the girl married. When they played that clip back, and Kimmy was like, but she married. And then Mel was like, that don't mean shit. Martel was married too when he still cheated. And I just want people to stop throwing out there, well, they married or they in a relationship. That don't stop a person from doing what they want to do, okay? These days, people do not have respect for their vows. They don't have respect for their relationship and their partners. We see that, all right? But, at this point, Destiny and Letitia was like, well, why she bring up Mel? Like, what made her want to bring up Mel and all this stuff? And why she talking on her? Why she offering this information? And it was almost the way that they said it. It was almost as if they was ready to pounce on her. Like, why the fuck she starting shit? Why the fuck she bringing up this bitch? Like, this ain't even got nothing to do with you. Kimmy had to shut it down and tell the truth. Honestly, it was me that brought it up, okay? Because I told her that she was down there in Atlanta, okay? So then she told me what was up. And I was like, all right, cool. See, I said, thank you for clearing that up, because they was ready to pounce. And then Destiny wanted to just put out there, well, I never got that from Melnika and Martel, and I've known them for a long time, okay? And I just never got that from them. And if they did something, I would hope not. But if they did, oh well, that's the past. Let the past stay in the past. And my thing is, I cannot stand when people say, well, I know the person and that's not their character. And that's not the person that I know or whatever. Yeah, you know what you see and what they show you. You're not around them 24/7 and sleeping with them to know, and living in their skin and in their household or whatever, and going here and there everywhere, to know exactly what it is that they're doing. People can cheat. And people can have little sneaky links or whatever. And that's why they call sneaky links. Because, bitch, 9 out of 10, you're not going to know. Okay? Bitch, motherfuckers that be having opposite of chat. These bitches that be talking about, oh, that bitch ugly as fuck. I never fuck a bitch like her. I never fuck a bitch like her. And then next thing you know, we find out 10 years later, oh, they been fucking for 5 years. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so don't throw that out there like you really proved something. You didn't. And then again, it's Martel. Martel will fuck anything that walks. So hey, it is what it is. I'm just sitting here like, They talk about, Melnika coming to the relaunching of Ladani, Madani, whatever the fuck that place is. And I feel this is where all that mess went down with Wanda and the fight or whatever that we're going to get some more insight into. And, Kimmy saying that, like, so is everybody invited? Do we going to need some security? Yeah, you going to need some security, but not for what you think. Listen, honestly, I don't feel like if you don't get along with a person and a person ain't been getting along with you, I'm not finna invite you to my event. I don't give a fuck what it is, okay? We're gonna have to scratch that off the goddamn schedule, okay? Don't put that up in my contract. We not coming. This is a reality show, and reality is you don't fuck with me, so why you wanna come to my shit? That's all I feel about that. That whole Adani relaunch thing or whatever, Melody should never been there. You don't fuck with Destiny, so why are you there? That's all I'm gonna say. So the guys meet up and they playing pool or whatever. Marcel was the first one there because wait a minute, Big Lou, he already there. Marcel show up. They got Big Lou, he casually dressed, casually dressed. I ain't gonna lie, Big Lou in that little salmon. Okay, salmon. Is it salmon or is it salmon? Bitch, salmon. Sal. Girl, I pronounce all the fucking letters. So let me just go into a tirade right quick. Because I just don't understand who made this goddamn language that we speak. You know what I'm saying? Who determined and said, well, this word is supposed to be pronounced this way, but yet it's spelled with all these extra letters that are silent. Who the fuck did that and why? Was you just playing a goddamn game, okay? You said we got some extra letters put to the side. Let's just throw them all together and say they don't mean shit, but this supposed to talk like this and this supposed to sound like this. No, that is dumb. I'm so sorry. That is dumb. I hate it. Okay? Phone. 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 Why is it PHA? Yeah, why is it, girl, no, don't make the PH be the F sound instead of just putting the fucking F. Girl, I'm sorry, I just had to go a little tirade. I'm sorry, it was just on my mind. But Big Lou look nice up in this little thing. I said, is you slimming down a little bit? All right, Marcel get there teasing him and all that shit, how they doing or whatever. Everybody else showed that get up there, Maurice, and then here come Martell with his titties out. I was with Maurice. You do know that you up in a billboard, Billard pool hall, okay? Most likely, I mean, it probably is some women's over there, but not no women's like that unless y'all finna go out, after this, okay? Because I'm just sitting here like, why your titties out? Martell just, he like, listen, bitch, I'm single as fuck. And I'm on the prowl and I'm hot, all right? I said, all right. You around your boys, close your titties up, okay? In decent exposure. But they get up in there and they having a good time. They ragging on more what's Big Lou. Of course they was like Marcel loved everything about Dr. Francis coming at Big Lou and everything, and just like get him. I would have been doing the same damn thing. Cause bitch, after you come for me, girl, I'm gonna be so happy when somebody else come for you and you sit there looking stupid. And of course, what gets me is the way that, people go to therapy or these couples retreat or whatever, and you know how the person is and you know what it's about. You know that they're going to talk about your relationship. You know that they're going to talk about you as a person. And of course, they don't know you, but they're coming off of what you're giving, okay? So how you getting in your feelings about what this person is saying from their very basic observation? Mind you, I feel like, again, Lewis and Tiffany got in their feelings because a lot of people have been saying this shit. And that's probably what it boiled down to. Because what Dr. Francis said was the shit that we've been saying on social media. All right. And I feel like that got to them. And, they had to take a look back and see what's going on. Because, of course, Lewis was like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever Dr. Francis said really didn't do shit for me. Okay. I'm not going to take his expert opinion. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, so basically y'all just went there for a day off, for a little break, for a break from the country life, for the city life. So you went back to the little country and you had to get away for a second. And that was it. Y'all was not there to learn and to do nothing. And then, Martell asking them, so, what did y'all learn from it? Did y'all learn anything? Did it do this, do that? Lou was talking about something. It definitely made me and Tiffany stronger and closer together. I said, how? How? Y'all came closer together to say, listen, we got to get this story correct, okay? We got to get this story padlocked, all right? We got to be on one accord. So when people ask, we got to get our face together. We got to get our acting together. We got to get our game plan together, okay? Because we cannot have what happened at this retreat happen anymore, all right? That's all I got from that. Y'all still on some secrecy and bullshit. Meanwhile, Marcel talking about the external people and external pressure coming in the relationship. I said you took till season 5 or season 4 part 2, whichever one you want to call it, to all of a sudden say that you got external pressures and external this. Baby, I feel like y'all been had this shit. Even though, the show has been going on, I feel like some of this stuff has probably been going on prior to the show happening. All right? And it's just been exemplified because you're on the show and people are noticing your flaws or whatever. And you can't get in your feelings that you got this so-called external pressure going on when it's y'all that's providing the footage and for us to judge. And I don't see you changing. I don't see you change. I mean, if everybody's saying the same thing, why don't you look inside yourself and be like, well, damn, is that really going on? Maybe I can just adjust here and now. Marcel just be acting like he has everything together. And he was like, I just look at it and it's just like, what this thing has, as odd as it may be or crazy as it may be, what we have, it just possibly will work. And so, we just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what Marcel basically is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maurice is talking about how, well, I realized that I got to focus on my wife and focus on us. That's basically what he said. I said, that's all that you took of? They talk about the rope challenge and all this stuff. I said that y'all explain the rope challenge to Martell because the way that they were talking about it as if Martell was there and he knew what it was about. They didn't go ask Martell, you miss being married? Do you miss having these couple retreats or whatever? He was like, you know what? I actually want to get married. I said, what? He said, I'm looking forward to getting married again. They said, hold up, partner. He said, I mean, not right now, but, I don't want to be waiting 5 years down the line to be getting married again. But, I'm just trying to find my perfect mate and all this stuff or whatever, so I can get it right this time. I said, oh, okay. Martell is full of shit. But, at this point, I honestly feel like he's giving me the tease of I just can't be alone by myself. And I need somebody else that can pick up the slack and I can put everything else off on and so make them the scapegoat for the reason why I'm doing the bullshit that I'm doing. That's the tease that Martell gives. Close your titties up, please. So Mel goes over there to Martell's house. Did you hear when the little girl was like, this your house too, right? Mel said, I ain't never been here, okay? Girl, please. Yeah, she said she made it known that she called first, all right? But she wanted to sit down and talk to him about the whole situation with Wanda, saying stuff about, their last baby and trying to make it questioning the paternity, the whole drama and shit that's been going on. Have you noticed? And I just realized this. Prior to this show coming back, this is when all this drama happened, right? Now that the show is back, Wanda ain't said shit, and I ain't been hearing a lot about Wanda. Okay, the people ain't been reporting about Wanda for a minute. It's quiet on Miss Wanda front when it comes to this show, unless I ain't looking at the right people. But my peoples that I look at, they report on all the Love and Marriage Huntsville tea. Because, baby, that's the only way I see it, because I do not go searching for this shit. Jay Lee's Corner. Y'all got a Jay Lee's Corner. JAYLEE apostrophe SCORNER. Jay Lee's Corner. Mama be putting up all the freaking lives. Mama be giving her little diagnosis, her little opinion on all these lives from all these shows, from all these characters that I don't talk about. Mama got all the stuff. So if y'all want to hear the lowdown on things that especially I don't talk about, go to her. She gives you every freaking thing. And if you a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan, of course she's gonna give you that as well. If you that deep into it, also go to Scotty by Nature TV. He does stuff as well, talking about the things and talking about lives and all that stuff. Girl, that's where I get my shit from. That is where that's the way I keep updated. But all this drama, I was on their channel when all of this stuff went down, and I said, okay, I feel like I was there, but it was a mess. It was a mess. So basically, Wanda is out here questioning the paternity or whatever just because Mel was on Carlos King's messy ass little late night talk show or whatever, if you want to call it that. And, she was throwing shots because Wanda and them had threw shots or whatever. And, she said that, her baby daddy was up in her DMs and all that shit. Woo, woo, woo. And so, therefore, let's talk about the kids. I'm talking about adults. I feel like it's you a disgusting human being if you start talking about kids, because that's a low blow, especially when kids were never brought up into the situation. And I know with some people they be like, well, if we going at it, it's fuck your family, fuck your kids, fuck your, I don't give a fuck. Depending on what it is, hell no. Okay, hell no. Especially if we already been knowing each other. No. And the way Wanda do the shit is so vicious, it's so goddamn nasty. It's just so uncalled for, okay? And it's like, what is your real reasoning? Your daughter can take up for her own self, all right? That's why your daughter get the fucking backlash that she get, partly because of you, and the rest is because of her husband, okay? That's just what it is, and you don't realize that shit. And you sitting here talking about people, kids, and you know damn well if somebody would have talked about your young kid, oh, you would be snapping the fuck off and all that shit. Marcel gonna say something. You got her number. Duh. The fuck I need her number for? Why would I have her number? He was like, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and get her number, but then I'm gonna give it to you so that you can handle it. I'm gonna let her handle it, cause Melody said, if she see Wanda, she gonna confront her. Now, when I hear all of this stuff, cause I was like, what was the reason for her? I don't mind, and I'm not mad at Melody. Now that I've seen what's going on, I'm not mad at Melody for confronting Wanda, because ain't no sense of talking and shit behind your back about what you gonna do and don't do that shit, okay? You talking about my kid, bitch. Say that shit into my motherfucking face. I'm not, it's an opportunity right here. Maybe it was probably the wrong time, but baby, that probably was the only time that I was probably gonna get to see your ass, because I'm not finna seek you out. But bitch, since you here, what was it that you said? Oh, okay. And whatever happens, happens, all right? We got to get down and ghetto. We going to get down and ghetto. I'm going to come down to your level and I'm going to fuck you up. That's just how it is. I'm just saying. But, Mel and Martell doing a little better on the communication front. She was like, everything looking good. And, I see that, you've been giving me what I needed in this communication and everything for the past month or so. And so I feel like, me and the kids be going down to Destin, Florida, and you can come if you want to. Martell said this is a little family tradition that they always do each year. And, it's no reason that the kids can't continue the tradition. So therefore, they going to see what it is. And that's the trip that we saw, I'm pretty sure, when the little boy had went live and we saw that them two was together and everybody went, oh my God. I said, they're co-parenting. Get the fuck over it. I didn't understand why that was such a big, oh my God, shocking moment. They're co-parenting. They're not fucking, they're co-parenting. That's it. Child, they gave Destiny a little scene by herself, she telling us that, is it Ladani or Madani? Her store, her beauty supply store, it's about to do a little soft reopening or whatever, soft launch, and, she's trying to get the guest list together. She got a little baby and all that stuff, and she talking on the phone to an assistant. And, the asshole in me was like, damn. Now, I thought you said you was on welfare at one point. You was getting food stamps and shit. Now you got enough money to hire an assistant? Okay, that's cool or whatever, I guess the divorce proceedings is over with and you got that financial situation, worked out from rags to goddamn riches, bitch. All right, do that shit. And I am not coming for anybody on no, let me tell y'all, son, I'm finna be 100% honest. Back in the day, my mom used to try to get on not welfare, but I don't even know if welfare is part of food stamps. Bitch, we tried to get food stamps all the goddamn time. And they kept on telling my mama, no, bitch, you make too goddamn much. I said, well, damn, mama, how much you making? Because we don't look like we making a lag. Because why we still up in the hood like this? Girl, we could never get on food stamps. And I was kind of upset about it. I don't know why, but I just felt so, I was like, damn, bitch. Take a pay cut. No, that was the young kid in me. That was the young kid in me that didn't understand. But yeah, we used to try to get on, little food stamps or whatever back in the day. But hey, they said, girl, listen, I had to pay for lunch. Everybody else had free lunch in school. I had to pay for goddamn lunch. And I was really upset about that. I was like, ain't nobody else got to pay. Why I got to pay? Girl, I had to sit down and talk to my mama. Like, listen, this is what we going to do, okay? I'm going to have to use my grandma address or whatever. Put her information down there because I'm pretty sure we could probably get some things and work the system. But anyway, moving on from that, she on the phone with her man, Mr. Moses. Moses parted them seas, right? Parted them legs, bitch. Anyway, she said her and Moses known each other for the past 13 years or so. They both going through situations where they no longer in relationships or whatever it was that they was in, and he was like, what's up, what's good. But the only difference is, and the only fucked up part about it is that, again, she is doing another long distance relationship. He's in St. Louis, she down there in Huntsville. What's she in Huntsville for? Anyway, so just to stay on this show, that's just all it is. But they get on the phone, and you want to know what it is about this show? I was listening, when I listen to like Louis talk, especially when he's in a room or in a scene when he's with all the fellas or whatever, it comes off as if he's trying to be cool and he's trying to recite what he memorized to say. It don't come off natural. I'm listening to this phone call, and maybe I'm just listening a little bit too intently, or I'm just looking for stuff. But when that opening phone call, it didn't feel like, we've been talking for a minute. This my baby, and I love you and all that stuff. Cause they did say I love you and all that. I was like, oh, okay, we at I love you already. So how long y'all been talking? Granted, y'all known each other for 13 years, but shit, to say I love you, that is a lot. Girl, she sitting there like, this how a conversation with me and go. Okay, with me and go. Hey, baby, what's going on? No, baby, I'm just out here just a little bit stressed out trying to get all this stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I got to get this lunch together and everything. And I'm kind of pissed off that your ass ain't here. Baby, I ain't finna come. I would have been there if I could have been there. You know that. What the fuck? I know, but shit, bitch, you can't, rearrange some stuff. Now, like I just said, if I could, I would. I know, but I just really want you to be here. Baby, I know that, all right? That's natural. You feel me? That's natural. It felt like they was reciting shit. So, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Okay, so what you was doing, you was being real productive today? Yeah, I was being real productive today. Okay, so what does that production look like? I was just trying to get together the guest list or whatever with Madani, and I know that you're not gonna be able to come because you got a funeral to go to. I was like, girl, we need to know that. I said, get him off the phone. Get him off the phone. Don't even sound natural. Anyway, we get Martell, going to the wine rack, which is black owned. I want to go there. Okay, I love a black owned place, and that couple look really, really nice. All right. They taste his wine. They liked his wine. Destiny was supposed to be down there to give him a little bit of boost and support. Of course, her ass is late, and they come up in there. He talking about her man and everything, and all of this and boo boo boo. When I known him for 13 years, and we getting Madani together, and everybody coming. No, everybody ain't coming. You gonna put Mel on the guest list? I said, child, honestly, I wouldn't put Mel on. Let me stop. No, I'm dead serious. I wouldn't put her on the guest list. Girl, please. Ain't nobody. This ain't no olive branch. You said what you said about me. I said what I said about you, and ain't no coming back. So therefore, I don't need your support. You don't need mine. It is what it is. That's how I feel about it. So basically, Destiny said it is not the place nor the time for her and Mel to try to rekindle anything. Y'all not about to rekindle anything as it is. But what got me was her bringing up the whole fact about Melnika and that situation that was relayed to her from Kimmy, and about how, Melnika used to work for y'all or did the wedding, but then she said she dropped out or whatever. The way that she presented, and see, this is what I don't like about people. Kimmy literally said, I'm the one who brought it up. I'm the one who brought up Melnika. The way that Destiny presented the information to Martell was as if Mel brought up Melnika out of the blue just to be messy because she found out that Melnika was working with Martell. No, that's not it. Okay, I just didn't like the way that she did that. So now Martell thinking that Mel is trying to be messy, even though she did say eventually within that conversation that she had with Kimmy that she do think that it could be a possibility that something possibly or could be happening with him and Melnika. But at the same time, don't present the information to this man as if it's Mel trying to be messy. Messy, like intentionally messy, as if she brought it up out the blue and she told Kimmy and Kimmy related it to them. Like Kimmy was the one who brought up Melnika. And so that's when she was like, yeah, I know her because, she did my wedding or whatever. And she the one that told me that he was cheating or whatever. And of course, here come Martell talking about something. I mean, that was like 13, 14 years ago. No, I ain't never cheat. I never looked at another woman back then. I said you was a goddamn lie. You are a goddamn lie because from what I heard, you was cheating before y'all got married. All right, like, come on, Martell, stop it. We ain't forgot that shit. But all right, that was the episode, though. That was a little messy at the end. I said, damn, Destiny. All right, you gonna stick up for your boy. You said, fuck Melody. Don't give a shit. I said, I guess. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. I'm gonna be honest. I need them to pick it up. We spent too long at this goddamn retreat. As soon as that shit went off last season, see, this is how we know that technically this is part 2, the continuation. This shit should have been over and done with. Season 1 should have, or I should say season 5 should have started when they came back from the goddamn retreat. We should have left the retreat up into goddamn season 4. Don't start season 5 off like this. Because we know it ain't really. Bitch, anyway, get y'all shit together. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I'll see y'all later.